Welcome in, everybody. Hey, it's so good to see you all. Tuesday night Hitchhiker Chat. It's always so great to see you guys in chat. We really appreciate you being here. Mandy is here as always. Boo to you, Mandy. It's always so good to see you. And Brian is always here. We appreciate you guys. Let me turn down my. That is me. Let me turn down my. You think you've got everything done, and then you don't. Welcome in, Brian. It's good to see you. We're going to talk a little bit about what's on our Disney wish list. It's just one piece that we're going to talk about tonight, but we are gonna discuss it. So, kind of be thinking about, and I'm talking more about the details. Smaller detailed things that Disney used to do, but they don't do anymore. So by all means, kind of be thinking about that. I think with, I honestly think that with the larger changes that Disney has planned, we're going to see a lot of smaller ones too. And we're going to talk about some of the small details that Disney has gone back to, things around the parks that they have fixed that they needed to fix. No Disney detail can go unnoticed with all of the news, social media platforms, and all of that out there today. Everything. I mean, if they change a trash can, somebody's going to report on it, right? So we're going to talk about that's just one of the pieces, but kind of be thinking about that. Those little details, are there things around the parks that you've seen that think, oh, that needs to be fixed, or I wish they'd bring that back, or whatever? Just kind of think about that, if you will. But Brian and Mandy, welcome in. And I know I saw Tina come in. Hey, Keith, welcome. It's good to see you. And then I know I saw Tina come in too. Thanks so much. Tina saying hi, enjoy. Hi, Aunt Susan. To my sisters, I appreciate that. Jason, welcome in. Always so good to see you. One of our sweet channel members, Jason. We appreciate you being here. And as I said, we're going to talk a little bit tonight about several different things, because there's a lot of Disney news. There's just a ton to get to. But so we're going to be jumping around a little bit. I do have a slideshow to kind of help you help us focus, but it just seems like, Disney, I thought, in the last, say, 2 years ago, I thought, wow, Disney, there's a lot of Disney news that happens every day. But I have come to realize that, oh my gosh, really, Keith? Wow. I've got to take a look. Keith is a huge Back to the Future fan. It's got some really cool toys from that. But it's just thought that Disney, had a lot going on, but it seems like it's just picked up. Like, you can look every day. There is something big happening, or they're announcing merch, or, a change or something. So 1/24 scale. Pretty nice. Keith, I don't know if I've seen that one yet, so I'll have to check on that. Jason, thanks so much for Jason is using our the channel member. Thanks so much. He's using our icons, our little emojis that you get to unlock if you become a channel member. Jason's name appears in green. Anybody that you see in the chat whose name appears in green is one of our sweet channel members, and we so appreciate y'all. They contribute a little bit of money every month to just kind of keep things going around here, and we put every nickel of that back into the channel, for subscriptions and that kind of thing. We appreciate y'all so much. Tina McNeil is another channel member. We appreciate y'all so much. We really do. And so if you're interested in doing that, just a quick commercial, you can click on the join button that's on your screen and check out. There are lots of different levels. So check that out if you're at all interested. Don't have to. It's completely free to watch. We're just glad you're here. So by all means, check that out if you want to. Let's see, what else do we have? Who else do we have in here? I know I skipped a lot of people in the chat, but at any rate, again, we've got a lot to get to, and we're going to be jumping around a lot. So the discussion is gonna kind of change a lot. William will be in shortly. He will be here shortly. Oh gosh, Jason! Wow, Jason, how sweet! Thank you. My goodness, that is so sweet of you. Jason gifted 5 memberships to some folks in the chat. That is, oh, that's precious. Thanks so much. You are so kind. Hey, Dean, welcome in. Another one of our great channel ones. But Jason, that's so kind of you to gift those memberships. We really appreciate that. You're very kind. So sweet of you. Let's look while we're waiting on William. Guys, we'll look in just a second at this day in Disney history. But has everybody had a good week? I've had a really good week. And I love it when I have a productive week. You can look back and kind of see where you've been. When you have those days, at work, whatever it is that you're doing, where you look at your day and you realize that, for whatever reason, you got interrupted a million times, or, for whatever reason, you don't feel like you got a whole lot done. And this has not been one of those weeks. I do feel like I've gotten a lot done. Still got a lot on my list. I'm really trying to pay more attention to my list and be more organized, but that's going well. Spent the day with a very dear friend, one of my best friends in the whole world. And it was a pleasure to get to visit with her, just to talk and talk. We never have enough time to talk, and we got to visit and talk today for a long time. And it was just a pleasure to do that. Hey Pam, welcome in. Another one of our great ghost hosts. We appreciate you so much for being here. Hey Nick, it's good to see you. Nick, you have been busy. Y'all check out Main Street Nick. If you have not subscribed to Main Street Nick, or you're not familiar with his channel, check it out. Nick does such a good job with especially shorts, but he's in the parks a lot, lots of content. Subscribe to Main Street Nick if you have not, because Nick does a great job, and we're especially fond of him because he really loves the Haunted Mansion. So there's that. But yeah, most definitely. Check out Nick's channel, and you will not be sorry that you did. Also, BDF is a big Disney fan. BDF, check out his channel. Keith has a good channel with lots of content. Mostly Disney. We're all pretty much focused on Disney. And I was looking here to see if anybody else has a channel. I think that's it for right now. People that actually have channels, but by all means, check. Oh, thank you, Dean. I appreciate that. Dean has shared Nick's channel address there. So YouTube, I think I know Nick's also on Facebook and Instagram, I believe, Nick, and probably Twitter or X. So y'all be sure and do that. Let's go ahead while we're waiting on William and look at this day in Disney history. It's not only about 4 or 5 of them today, but there are some pretty cool ones. In 1939, on this day in Disney history, one of the most prominent and influential architects of the first half of the 20th century, Frank Lloyd Wright, visits the Disney studios on Hyperion Avenue in Hollywood for an informal discussion with Walt's staff. Now, Frank Lloyd Wright, if you're familiar with him as an architect, absolutely, this is one of the most prominent and influential architects of the first half of the 20th century. That is 100% true. I was blessed to visit the Guggenheim Museum some years ago in New York City, and that building, that museum, was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, and it's absolutely amazing. Um, if I had a picture of that, it's like in a circular design. Frank Lloyd Wright was known for designing buildings that really fit with uh, their surroundings, and just beautiful work. If you're not familiar with him, look him up. It's worth it to check out his work and what he did and his philosophy on building. Just an amazing man. 2005, Disney's professional hockey team, the Mighty Ducks, are officially sold to billionaire Henry Samueli and his wife Susan. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly or not. Sorry about that. Originally founded in 1993 by the Walt Disney Company as the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, the team's name was based on the 1992 film The Mighty Ducks, one of our absolute favorites. Um, and Disney subsequently made an animated series called The Mighty Ducks. And then the fictional Mighty Ducks of Anaheim team that consisted of ducks led by the Mighty Duck Wild Wing. Henry and Susan changed the name of the team to the Anaheim Ducks before the 2006-2007 NHL season. And I was always sorry that they did that. I really felt like that they should have just left it, that they really should have just left it the Mighty Ducks. I thought that was I just thought that was much better. I really wish that they had just left it alone and kept the logo. So they also changed the logo. Y'all probably remember that when they did that, especially you, Brian. I think you lived out there at the time. But at any rate, I was really sorry when they changed that. 2007, the Oscar for Best Achievement in Visual Effects is awarded to Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest at the 79th Annual Academy Awards. Wow, 2007, it seems like a lifetime ago. Disney Pixar's Cars is edged out by Happy Feet for Best Animated Feature, and which I don't understand that at all. That was totally, Cars is better than Happy Feet, far and away. But Cars was edged out by Happy Feet for Best Animated Feature, and Disney's The Little Match Girl, nominated for Best Animated Short, lost to The Danish Poet, whatever that is. See, I don't even know what that one was. 2020, Disney announces that CEO Bob Iger, and this is this is one that we may or may not want to hear about. Disney announced that CEO Bob Iger will step down from the role and become executive chairman through 2021, effective immediately. So on this day, that would be February the 25th of 2020, and think about that. Think about that time frame. We had just stepped off into the blip, if y'all remember. As I said, we may not at all want to remember any of this. Bob Chapek, who most recently served as chairman of Disney Parks, Experiences, and Products, assumed the role of CEO, and we all know how that went. Not to open up that wound again, but yeah, that change was quacked, right? Well, hey, Danny. Oh my gosh, it's good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, I agree with you, Brian, 100%. They should have kept the logo too, right? Danny, Griswold Family Vacay. We were talking earlier, guys, about great Disney YouTube channels, and that is definitely one of them, Griswold Family Vacay. Y'all check that out. Danny and his bunch do a great job over there. It's great to see you, Danny. I was thinking about you earlier, just kind of, thinking about YouTubers that I needed to check in with. And so, yeah, Happy Feet Can Dance, right? It is. That's true. And Tina, I haven't seen Happy Feet in a long time, and I really did love it. It was really precious movie, and I bet you Chuck liked it because he loves penguins so much. William enjoyed it because he loves penguins so much, but I thought Cars was just edged it out by nose. Anyway, yeah, it was good. Happy Feet was good. It really was. Let's see. Oh, I'm behind in the chat. Yeah, he sure did. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's a really, really cute movie. It is. Hey, Alex, welcome in. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. The Kennett family, greetings. Greetings to you guys. So good to see you. So lots of folks in tonight. It's nice to have you all here. Um, okay, I tell you what, we are going to go ahead and go and get into the slideshow. Let me bring that up. And here we go. And like I said, now we're going to be jumping around a little bit because we're going to cover the not even all of the Disney news. I don't think that would even be possible. But we're going to cover kind of the things that jumped out at me because a lot of them were, were really, kind of big news. Hey, hon.
Welcome in, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, no worries. I just brought up the slideshow and was explaining to everybody that we're going to kind of be jumping around a little bit.
Yeah.
Tonight, with Disney news, but I tried to put it in kind of some kind of understandable order, but we are going to be jumping around a lot. So y'all buckle your seatbelts and hang with us because there's just a lot. There's just a lot to get to, especially with the opening of Epic Universe looming on the horizon like a fantastic, exciting, I don't know, phoenix from Harry Potter. I'm so excited about that. So we're gonna just touch on that a little bit tonight. Everybody's saying hello.
Hey, everybody.
Main Street Nick is in, and Danny's here from Griswold Family Vacay.
Awesome.
So it's
awesome. Good to see you.
It's great to see y'all. Yeah, Brian. we have, as long as you stay in the closet, our friends are going to give you a hard time about it.
Oh no.
Alex, we're going to do our best to get him out of the closet, hopefully by the end of the week or somewhere thereabouts. Don't hold us to it, but we're going to work on it. So, but yeah. Oh my goodness.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, hon, how has your week gone? I was just saying.
It's going well. It's
I've gotten a good bit done.
Busy.
Yeah, I have gotten a good bit done. I feel it's been a fairly productive week. I've gotten. I'm kind of redoing our formal living room and trying to decide pictures, and I've got some new drapes and curtains to go up and that kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
Changes to the house. I mean, it's like rearranging the furniture. It kind of gives you a new, it's good for you mentally to do those things occasionally. But that's kind of what I've been, a lot of other stuff too, but just have enjoyed that. But first item on the list, y'all, is we're going to talk about this is the big day, guys. We talked about this. This was the first day for the queue line at Walt Disney World for standby queues. Yesterday was the last day for virtual queues. So, I mean, we're all familiar with virtual queues. They've been doing them for a long time. We're all, really familiar with those.
Jason, that is so that is very that's very kind of you to say gifted five memberships. Thank you, Jason. That's very kind, very generous of you.
So sweet.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We really y'all are so sweet. We appreciate you so much for doing that, Jason. But yeah, yesterday was the last day for the virtual queues. What are your thoughts, guys, on the virtual queues? The first virtual queue, they kind of, I think, am I right, William? They invented the virtual queue to try and control the lines for Rise the Resistance.
Well, it was.
Was that the first one?
I thought.
Or what was it? Was it Galaxy's Edge?
I thought it was Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland.
getting into the park.
I may have been, I may be off on the timing there, but it was one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, well, Disney, and that would have been after we were there, because we were there like 3 days after it opened officially. And of course that was like the way you got into Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland was, and they were trying to figure out, of course, how to control the crowds. And so what they did was, I did too, Danny. I did too. Alex, I'm with you. I'm so with you. Okay, so Brian says, thank God we now need to get rid of Lightning Lane. We can have the normal lines running so much faster. Yeah. But when they first first opened Galaxy's Edge, it opened at Disneyland before it opened at Walt Disney World. You actually had to get, they put out the word and said, okay, if you want to go in, we're only allowing so many people in at a time, and you had to make a reservation. They called it a reservation. And so, Jeff and I had, all of our devices out, and we managed to get a reservation, and you could only go in. It was really interesting. It's really interesting to talk about now. You could only go in for 4 hours at a time. And they wanted you to just, to circulate back out. And our time was like 2 to 6, I think. And so that's kind of how they did it. Well, then as time rocked on, they came up with a virtual queue to get in, and you couldn't even go into the land if you could not get a boarding group for it. So that's, at any rate, that's when it all started. And they have had the virtual queues that they currently had up until yesterday at Walt Disney World were Guardians of the Galaxy and Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yep.
When they introduced Tiana's Bayou Adventure, they discontinued the virtual queue for Tron. So today they discontinued all of them. This was the first day that you had to get in line. And William and I were online checking, just out of curiosity, checking the wait times. Have a couple of print screens there to see, see what that was looking like.
Yeah.
And this was pretty. Now, I saw Tiana's down to like 30 minutes. I think the shortest line that I saw for Tiana's today was 20 minutes, which is not bad at all. That's yeah. Guardians of Galaxy, now when I took this print screen, I checked these 2 times were like at 2:00 this afternoon. And Tiana's was at 45, and Guardians was at 50.
Yeah.
But Guardians,
honestly, not bad.
High.
Neither one of those was bad. Now, that's Guardians, I think somebody had said.
Dapper Manta Crew.
I was just on. Hey, Dapper Manta Crew. I was just, kind of scrolling my Facebook feed, and somebody said the highest they saw Guardians get, which was probably when it opened this morning, was 170-minute wait, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
But I will say, Mom's got a print screen, screenshot of the of 50 minutes. I've waited 50 minutes to ride it on a virtual queue.
Yes.
I
have too.
By the time you get in line and you stand there and you go through each showroom, it absolutely could take you that much time. It's same thing with Tron. Whenever it was virtual queue,
that's true.
I've spent 40, 50 minutes, in line waiting to get on a ride. Whenever my boarding group was called. So 50 minutes isn't bad at all, especially not for the first day that they rolled it out. 170 is crazy, but obviously either people gave up or they managed it. But it's unreal. Jillian said she heard that in true Tiana's Bayou Adventure fashion that the ride went down at some point today. Braden, I forget his. I forget his channel name, but Braden, so I think he's Sir Braden on X, tweeted something to the effect of, man, maybe we should really stop pushing them to pump out new rides whenever they could, like, please just work on like Rise and Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
I didn't share that. I actually had a print screen of that, of that.
Mickey Views, thanks.
I did not share it.
Yeah.
And I've got it. The actual post that he made on X was, Rise, Runaway Railway, and Bayou Adventure often don't work correctly.
Yeah.
Fans celebrate and post news headlines on the rare day that they're functioning right. Disney should make their recent additions operate as intended 99% of the time before tearing down more existing attractions.
Which I 100% agree with.
100%. I do. I'm like you. I 100% agree with that. Then he came back on X and posted this. Maybe instead of me saying Disney gives us new stuff, I should say they need to give us quality stuff.
Yeah.
So the drive to constantly have a new thing ASAP probably has contributed to half-baked rides. Now this is this is Braden.
Yeah.
From Mickey
Views.
Mickey Views. Spend a decade on making something near perfect if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
So that was the.
I agree. It's incredible. I will say, when stuff works right, it's amazing. When you have all the show elements working. They just fixed the cannons recently on Rise of the Resistance. And so when everything's working properly on these rides, it's amazing. It makes for a great experience. But when it's not, it's like, well, okay. Like, I think of, I still don't know that they fixed Tiana at Disneyland, and she's been down for over a month, which, again, like, I would lose my mind if I.
Now I'll tell you who. Walt Disney,
Ken Petrock or whoever, or Josh DeMauro, I would be riding somebody until they got it fixed. And it's not being mean. That was the standard that we used to have.
That's right.
I can remember our trip to
Disney standard.
Yeah, I can remember our trip to Disneyland in 2017. I can't remember. I think they had some sort of brief power outage or something. But I can remember me and Jillian got stuck on a ride for a while. We were like, oh, this would be completely, we talked about it. We were like, this would be completely unacceptable if this happened at Disney World. And now so much of the time that's the status quo, unfortunately.
It is. And we've and the sad part about it is it's the new normal because Disney has allowed
that ride broke down every day we were there. Good heavens. Are you talking about Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Danny?
Yeah.
Or Rise. It may have been Rise. But all these rides, the tech, the things that they're capable of are incredible.
Yeah.
I don't down that at all. It's just I wish that the consistency was there. And I understand they're very intricate. I could think of, what trip was it? Oh, it was one of our previous trips where it was the same day at Animal Kingdom. Hopper didn't work, and the Shaman was a video screen. And I was like, for real? Like, what are we doing here?
The Shaman animatronic in Navi River Journey is really the only reason to ride that ride.
Oh, it's a world-class animatronic. I don't know that there's any
fantastic.
I don't know that any animatronic in the world tops that one. When it's working, 100%,
amazing.
Yeah, it's unreal.
It is. It's the best one. I think it's the best one Disney has ever done.
Yeah.
And definitely the most intricate.
Yeah, if you could think of if you could think of one that's more impressive than that in the chat, feel free to share it. But off the cuff, me just shooting from the hip, it's the most impressive animatronic in the world. Oh yes, Tiana.
I wonder.
Well, I'm glad you got on it, Danny.
And I am too. Danny, the first day, the first time that I rode it, I got a boarding group for it, and this was in December. This was just this past December. I got a boarding group for it, and I hustled into the park, and it was down. Yeah, it was down. The very first time I rode it, it was down. So, Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you do? What do you do with that? It's
Yeah.
now I did get to ride it later on, but
Yeah.
I had to.
It's
I had to
funny,
wait.
and Splash
Rise of Resistance does not go down as often as it used to.
Oh, not
Rise
near as
is,
often as it used to.
yeah,
I mean, it
it's
still
pretty.
does,
Yeah.
absolutely, but
Yeah.
definitely not as much as it used to. And that was the other part. We talked about it a long time ago with the individual lighting lane and everything. It has to be a nightmare, waiting, like
Yes.
having people pay to ride a ride and it going down.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, good heavens. Have a good one, Dean. Thanks for being here.
That's not all. No worries, Dean. Thank you
But
so
yeah,
much.
I was just, that was my first thought was, you're charging people for these rides. You better have about, as close to as you can, 100% uptime on the rides.
Well, and Walt, that again, it goes back to the standard. It
Yeah.
goes back to the Walt Disney standard, and he so many, and I think that's for our for us, William, our generation and backwards, we know what the standard used to be.
Yeah.
And that's why we look at these things and we go, this is just not Disney. What the heck is going on? So they as far as and here's the thing that makes the deal with Tiana's Bayou Adventure so bad is that Splash Mountain ran for 30 plus years, y'all. Splash Mountain ran for 30 plus years. And they went to change it over to the new tech, and they can't keep it going. So it's, but and we're not going to dwell on that. We're going to move on. But at the same time, it's again, we're going to touch on this a little bit more. We're going into
what
fact,
amuses
that's a good
me.
segue.
Yeah, what amuses me about the last bit for me on this topic, what amuses me is, people, when you bring stuff up like that, like what we're mentioning, people, there are people that get upset.
Oh yes, yeah.
There are people that get upset whenever we point out, oh, this is the way things used to be, and they'll say, oh no, it didn't used to be that way. Rides go up down all the time, yada yada yada. And it's like, well, not in our experience. I mean, maybe if you're there every single day, you'd encounter it more often. But I can remember, unless something was closed for refurbishment, it seemed like we about hardly ever saw anything
Brian.
down.
Sorry, I know I'm not saying that, Brian.
So yeah, it's like, man, like, why would you go to bat for a lower quality experience? I mean, we're paying more. I don't know why you would feel the need to defend less quality when they're absolutely charging us more for the similar experience. So anyway, I don't understand the logic, but
we're gonna as we we're gonna kind of we're going to kind of go back to the same themes as we cover the news, because it's all kind of connected. So we're going to make a circle back to this. But on the movie front, couple of pretty big news items here. Raise your hand in the chat if you've seen Mufasa, The Lion King, the new live action that came out a few weeks ago. If you've seen that, I will have to say, because of Disney's recent performance with movies, especially live action movies, I was really skeptical of Mufasa, The Lion King.
Unless somebody tells me I need to go see something, I will never go out of my way to watch a live action Disney movie.
Which is really a sad thing. I mean, that's sad, to have to say that. But I will tell y'all, I really enjoyed Mufasa.
I'm glad.
And y'all know my bar's pretty high. I completely enjoyed Mufasa. I thought they did a fantastic job with the backstory. It was all tied in really well. Maybe it was a little slow.
Wished it moved faster. Wish it moved faster.
Danny.
That is one of those stereotypical dad shirts for Animal Kingdom. Wish this line would Mufasa.
It is. It totally. You need one of those shirts, Danny. Yeah,
I would
that
vote
was a
for
good
you,
one, Danny.
Alex.
I needed that laugh.
Or for Charlie.
But personally, did anybody else see it? Did you see it, Danny?
We didn't see Mufasa. We talked about it. It's just we had stuff going on. Jillian had talked about maybe taking Wyatt to see it, and they just never made it. So, I don't know. I am. It seems like most people have said the story was pretty good, but I've seen most people say they thought the song stunk, which is interesting. That seemed to be the general consensus on X that I saw from people posting about it. Won't watch live action. There's a handful that
Alex.
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful that we enjoy.
Yes, there are.
But there's way more stinkers than there are ones that I enjoy.
That's true.
Unfortunately,
that's true. But I will have to say, I think you'll enjoy this one, William. I'm really anxious for you to see it. I would love to see it again. I don't know if it might still be hanging around in some of these little, theaters that they put them in.
Yeah.
Cheap theaters that they put them in long after they've kind of been through the larger theaters. But I enjoyed it. I thought they did a really good job with it's a prequel. It's a prequel. So it goes back before The Lion King, and it gives you a look at how Mufasa became the Lion King. How at his backstory. I thought it was very good. I really enjoyed it. But I was surprised.
It's interesting. There's a whole lot of star power when it comes to the Lion King name.
Mm-hmm. Oh goodness, yes.
And so
Danny says they like Sonic.
Wyatt loves Sonic. We hadn't watched Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 yet, but he loves the first Sonic movie. But it said, they said that they're about to Mufasa, was kind of deemed a box office flop out of the gate, but it's almost grossed over 700 million worldwide. Which,
it has.
Everybody was freaking out. Assuming Disney's reporting real numbers here.
Right.
But everybody freaked out about Wicked. And it was all over the place, and all over the TV screen and advertisements and stuff. Everybody freaked out about Wicked, but I think Wicked only did 728. So I mean, it's right. I mean, Mufasa's right on the heels of Wicked there. So,
well, and I'll have to say, I missed Wicked as it went through. Broadway, and then it came to, States, the Broadway version, then went on tour. I keep missing it. Y'all, I missed it at the theater too. So, maybe I can catch it on, when it comes to Disney Plus, but, I've just keep missing Wicked.
Yeah.
So, people just absolutely love the Broadway version, the play, just really, really enjoyed it. I know in New York it was not impossible there for months to even get near the theater on Broadway. It was that popular. But
one note while we're here and discussing Disney movies, one quick note, because I don't think we have it in the notes. Moana 2 will hit Disney Plus on March 12th, so heads up there.
Yes. Yeah. So that one's. I really hope that one's good. I'm hoping. Let's see.
But very impressive for the Mufasa to kind of bounce back after being deemed a box office flop. I think the timing really helped. I think it helped a bunch that it started to run over time, because I want to say it was Sonic 3 that came out around that time, and Sonic 3 just this was stomping a mud hole in him at the box office. But it seems like, over time, Mufasa, was able to generate bigger numbers at the box office.
Well, and I really think that word of that word of mouth was Disney's friend here, which it hasn't been for a while. I think that people are like me, and they went to this, wow, this is good, and they said, yeah, it's okay to take it's okay to take your kids.
I mean, and that's a huge part of it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
100%, 100%. Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Tina. Let's talk about the New York audiences on the Broadway.
So it only did 24 million on the first weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're definitely. I think you're definitely right. Is that it took a while, but it word of mouth spread, and that's it's like we've said, if you can just put out a quality film that parents feel comfortable taking their kids to enjoy, it'll be successul.
Yeah, that was the recipe. That was what and we always talked about this, like through the 90s. You would even get to the Oscars, when the Oscars actually meant something. You would get to Oscar night, and Disney movies would just rake up, just pile them up. And I mean, and Jeff and I would talk about it. Why is it that the other movie companies do not understand that people want movies to take their children to, that they don't have to worry about all the stuff, all the junk in it. They don't. They would that, and that's just the 90s, and they still haven't. It's like they still haven't learned that lesson. And now Disney's even got away from it. So hopefully they're turning a corner. Hopefully they're kind of turning a corner on some of that. But hey, Danny says Disneyland is by far my fave now. So
it's great.
And and I know y'all went to Disneyland a few months ago, Danny, and really enjoyed. Disneyland is awesome. It is. Disneyland is very special. It's very difficult for me to compare the two parks, because they are so different. I'm talking about the American parks, because they are so different. But Disneyland there's no place like Disneyland. There just isn't, for the feel, the intimacy. It's small parks. Even after they added California Adventure, it's still pretty small. And it's fantastic. It's just fantastic.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, you think you might, Danny? Maybe so. Maybe so. At any rate, that's I mean, it's good news for Disney. It really is. And here's some more good news. If if take this with a grain of salt, because we're getting kind of conflicting messages on this, but I felt like it was worth hoping for, maybe. It's worth mentioning. Kathleen Kennedy, as you know, Kathleen Kennedy is the co-chair of Lucasfilm, and she has produced a lot of the really stinker Star Wars films. People have not been happy. Star Wars fans especially have not been happy with her leadership. Well, according to a Variety source with knowledge of her plans, Kennedy will retire after her contract ends at the end of 2025. There is a but, unfortunately. Another source also said nothing has been decided. So, maybe she's thinking about retiring.
I think somebody said she's 71, I want to say.
Yeah. And she totally does not look 71. That really surprised me. She doesn't look 71, but she became the co-chair of Lucasfilm in 2012 alongside George Lucas, which is just kind of, blasphemous to me, but that's what happened. when the Walt Disney Company acquired Lucasfilm soon after, Lucas exited. George kind of left, although he still has his hand in a lot of this because he consults a lot, especially with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. And Kennedy then was named president. So she oversaw the development and production of the Star Wars sequel trilogy, Rogue One, Solo, and the live-action Disney Plus Star Wars shows, Mandalorian, Andor. She also produced, which I did not remember, she produced Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And she is producing currently The Mandalorian and Grogu, a full-length movie which will be in theaters on May the 22nd. So that's coming out. It's coming out pretty soon. The Mandalorian and Grogu. We have always kind of had our fingers crossed that Kennedy, because she and based on comments that she has made, especially recent comments, she does not get Star Wars, and has really angered Star Wars fans with a lot of her. Oh, Hatbox Ghost, welcome in. Jerry has materialized as in the mansion, y'all. Welcome in, Jerry.
Good to see you, Jerry.
But yeah, she anyway, we'll see because we're getting. Yes, she's decided to retire at the end of 25, and then no decision has been made. So she may still be mulling it over, but I felt like that was worth mentioning, certainly. In other news, now we're going to talk a little bit, guys, about these details, William. Disney is paying, apparently, in the parks, is paying attention to the details again, we hope. And William, you picked up on a couple of things that you saw in, at Walt Disney World News Today, which is a great news source, WDWNT for Disney News. You want to tell us about this effect that has been added back to Tower of Terror? A lot of these are going to be like small details.
Yeah.
That used to be Disney stock and trade.
Yeah.
That they've neglected. Yeah.
So there in the line queue for the Tower of Terror, there's a water dripping effect. The water falls down. And I can't remember. There's some sort of little card next to it that has a note on it. But anyway, it's a very subtle touch, but it's something that kind of helps point you to as you're standing there in the queue hanging out. It's the small details that people latch on to, and it's something that kind of gives you a bit of a heads up that hey, everything may not be working right. And so anyway, it helped. I just love the small details and the things that they do to add to the show and kind of heighten the experience. But anyway, pretty neat. I don't know. I don't know who worked.
And how long did you say it's been since that little effect has?
It had been a long time.
Like years, like 20 years.
I don't think it was that long, but it's been a while.
Crazy. Yeah. It's been a while. Suffice to say, it's been a while. Yeah. So Hatbox Ghost.
Almost 25 years is what WDW News Today says. It says, after exiting the pre-show library room, guests riding the Tower of Terror enter what is supposed to be the hotel's boiler room. To see the restored water leak, guests must choose the line that leads straight when the queue splits. Okay. So don't take the right, go straight.
I'm gonna have to try to remember that because aren't they directing you at that point? I think they're kind of directing you.
Yeah. There's a sign that says basically the line goes both ways. I think what the little sign says.
Okay.
It says the pipe dripping water is meant to further tell the story of the employees working at the abandoned Hollywood Tower Hotel. The water is angled to drip into a small tin can sitting on a table. The can is surrounded by piles of rusted tools and parts. A note stuck to the edge of the table reads, "Order replacement parts, guest elevator number 2." The small effect is another unsettling detail, warning guests that that everything might not be quite right with the elevators.
Mm-hmm.
The water leak was present when the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror originally opened in 1994. However, after a few years of operation, the water suddenly stopped dripping. The effect has not been present in the queue for nearly 25 years. And
that's what I said. That's a long time.
Yeah, it says last year the Tower of Terror celebrated its 30th year anniversary, and that they added last year they'd added the scorch marks around the elevator shafts in the hotel lobbies. So, and did some other effects with magic bands in the line queue. So
So, but and guys, if you'll this one of our favorite ghost hosts, look all the way to the left of this picture, middle row. I don't find a familiar face there. You recognize her? Middle row,
there's Tina.
left side. There's Tina.
There's Tina.
Tina McNeil. So that's what they, these little details, guys, are, things that are effects that Disney, it's always been about bumping the lamp with Disney. That's kind of what you call paying
attention to detail.
Detail. That's what they call it, is bumping the lamp. It's a reference from Roger Rabbit, the movie. And they, and in recent years they have gotten away from that. I'm hoping that some of these things that we're going to talk about here are Disney's indication that they are going to start bumping the lamp again. Wouldn't that be amazing? If when they announced something, we didn't groan and go, "Oh my gosh, what are they going to do now?" I don't want to, do that every time. And it's kind of gotten to be a thing. You think, is it going to mess it up, or is it going to be good? The Tomorrowland Speedway driver's license kiosks in Magic Kingdom are temporarily unavailable. Okay, how many of y'all knew that there were driver's license kiosks? First of all, how did you, did you know that there were driver's license kiosks for Tomorrowland Speedway? They used to actually give you a paper driver's license. Now I do remember that, William. They used to actually give you a paper driver's license, and now it's in like one of those little photo booths. And I stepped into the photo booth, and I thought, well, and it was like a regular photo booth where you paid for the picture, and it said like $7. And I thought, well, I don't want to pay $7 for it. But I went ahead and took a picture. I guess it took my picture automatically, maybe, because when I got back, I was really excited to see this picture in with the rest of my PhotoPass pictures. Okay. Hey, how are y'all, John and Nancy? Good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Good to see y'all. Hey, Smiley. So this is what it looks like. It's just it's to the right as you get off the ride. If you want this, and this is not one that you see a whole lot. But I was really excited to see that in my, in with the rest of my PhotoPass pictures. I thought it was really neat. So, at any rate, so those kiosks are temporarily down. I hope that doesn't mean they're going to take them out.
I wouldn't think so, but
I hope that doesn't, just so that's one of those little details, guys. And also there are, you mentioned something, William, about, and look at here's our Tina again.
Star of the show.
Star of the show tonight. Tina is showing up again. There are new projectors for Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin.
So as reported 4 days ago from Walt Disney World News Today, it says 26 years after the ride opened, Disney has seemingly replaced the old film projectors in the tunnel scene of Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin with modern digital projectors. It says in December, Disney filed a permit to install new projectors at the Magic Kingdom ride. They contracted Maddox Electric Company, a frequent collaborator. It looks like the new projectors have now been installed. The climactic tunnel scene has never looked so good, with Emperor Zurg's ship and celestial objects standing out against the blackness of space. It's hard to show through photos and video, but the image is definitely crisper. So pretty neat. Glad to hear it.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Right. This is good news. This is Disney doing some things. It goes back to what Braden was talking about in his comment on X about Disney. Fix what you have.
Yeah.
Go back to that higher bar. Give us the maintenance in the parks. We don't want to see overflowing trash cans. That would never happen. I mean, that is Walt Disney was just throwing somersaults in his grave over stuff like that. It's not at all what he intended for his park. So these are hopefully, guys, just to give you a little hope. Adventures by Day.
Hey, Adventures by Day. Welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, can you get your driver's license, Charlie? Well, you can get your license for Tomorrowland Speedway. You absolutely can get your license for Tomorrowland Speedway. You sure can. Oh my goodness, yeah. And hey, Charlie, I think I've said hello before, but so what are there details, guys? I know one of the things that Tina McNeil, I know Tina mentions a lot, is the being able to send packages back to your room from when you buy them in the parks, being able to send them either to the front of the park so that you don't have to carry them around all day. And then as you're leaving the park, you can go and just get them on your way out. The other thing is if you're staying on property, you could buy your stuff and then just tell them what resort room you were staying in, and they would deliver it to your, back to your room. So I know that those are two things that, that Tina mentions a lot that she really wishes they would bring back. We have lost a lot of things. I agree, Tina, 100%. I think so. Because if you can't, I think, if you're in the park, a lot of people are going to say, okay, I don't want, you see something you really, really want, or a whole bunch of things that you really, really want as you go in, or like you're halfway through the day, you see a whole, and you think, I'm not going to buy it. I'll wait till the end of the night, till later on. And they don't buy it at all. And I think, I agree 100%, Tina. I think they're leaving money on the table with that. I think what they were selling in merch would more than pay for the staff that it took to shuttle those packages. I really do. So that's.
I mean, even just having it sit to the front of the park would be great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just covering that distance would be really nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tina says, "Leave her alone."
Yeah. By the way, Tina, this is a great Buzz Lightyear picture from Space Ranger Spin. Looks like you're really having a problem there. You're just it's an action photo. I think it's so cute. It's a good one. It's a classic ride photo. And I guess you've already seen this one, but I found it in with my stuff. And so you're on the hot seat tonight, Tina. Oh my goodness. But yeah, absolutely. Dave, so many things need attention. And so, maybe, so we're seeing some of these little details come back and get fixed. Maybe they're backing up a little bit.
She said, no, I said they'd make enough money on me on
on
her
you.
alone, just her alone. I thought, my bad. I thought she said leave me alone. I thought she was talking about us, including her ride photos. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, just on her alone, they would make enough money on
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the sending
Yeah,
stuff back to the room for you.
Start doing it again. Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, probably. I don't doubt that, Tina.
I mean,
Again,
we used it once whenever Jillian had bought some Pandora that she had sent back to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, I mean, yeah, you don't want to have to lug that around. And so it was very helpful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we're always kind of complaining about Disneyland getting all the good stuff before Walt Disney World. Well, this one is no different, y'all. This is the brand new Max Goof Powerline popcorn bucket.
I will say I noticed if they're smart, but I noticed on the lanyard, I zoomed in. I want to say it says Disney Parks.
It says Disney Parks.
So I'm assuming that it's debuting here, and there's probably going to be people that spend an exorbitant amount of money, like buying this secondhand on eBay. I feel like that's the odds are very high. People overspending on this on eBay. If they're smart, they're going to make a whole lot of these.
Oh yeah. This is a very smart merchandising on Disney's part. I think they have finally gotten the message on Powerline to reach back in the archives. They have Max Goof. They've had him do meet and greets. People love this.
I was thrilled to meet Max and his, because he was that was a Halloween party. That was a Halloween party thing, and we met him on a regular day at Hollywood Studios. In his Powerline outfit, and I was thrilled because I had my Powerline shirt on.
Yes, and he loved it.
Yeah, we took some good pictures together. But I've said it before. A Goofy movie is one of my top 5. Favorites all time. Disney movie. It just is. It's got it's near and dear to my heart.
People love it.
The dynamic between Max and Goofy, speaks to multiple generations. It speaks to you when you're young. It's like, oh, why won't Goofy do what Max wants to do, and then as you get older and you have kids of your own. It's like, oh, why won't Max just do what Goofy wants to do?
Exactly.
And so it's a beautiful movie. It really is. And then also too, the dynamic between the way that Pete treats PJ and the way that Goofy treats Max, and their approaches. There's a lot to be said for this movie, and I'm glad that they Goofy's jokes for the original dad jokes. Yes, absolutely. We've quoted, my dad has quoted, who's your favorite possum for years.
That's a thing.
For years.
That's a thing with y'all.
And so it's man,
that's a thing.
It's a special movie. It really is. I'm glad they're giving it the love I think it deserves. Granted, I can understand, if people don't necessarily get it as much, or don't understand my love for this movie. I could understand that to a degree, but I think it's phenomenal, and I think that there are storylines that resonate with people. I mean, this movie came out in the 90s, but I think there are storylines, that storyline between
father
and son, it transcends transcends
generations.
Generations. So yeah,
it does. Well, and obviously the when they did the little cavalcade, the Max Goof cavalcade, there with that, it was like pre-parade. People absolutely went nuts for that.
They did.
It was just and so I really think that's when Disney kind of thought, oh, hey, this is bigger than we thought.
Much like with Hocus Pocus, very much like with Hocus Pocus, I think social media has kind of uncovered that, talking about cult classics.
Right.
Hocus Pocus, a Goofy movie, both, have cult followings. There's a Goofy movie collection by Roosevelt's that they just rolled out, added to recently. And I'll be getting the Lester's Possum Park hat, the dead possum hat. Whenever Roosevelt starts selling those, I want to say sometime this summer, I'll definitely, you believe you me, I will be getting one of those. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
absolutely,
I love this movie,
great,
and I'm thrilled about this popcorn bucket.
At some point, William will be able to lay our hands on this. I feel like.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think we will. So I'm excited about.
I'm definitely going to let the dust settle on it, because I think that they understand how much money they stand to make on this. Yeah. And so or at least I hope they do. Right. But I know good and well when these things hit eBay, the resale price is going to be out of this world.
It will. I mean, I've seen their popcorn buckets. The popular ones like the Figment popcorn bucket. That first one that probably that Alex is talking about. They've done several iterations of Figment. They did a really cool one that I bought. For your friends.
Yeah. For Festival of the Arts.
For Festival of the Arts. They've done some really good ones, but that big Figment popcorn bucket that people stood in line for ridiculous amounts of time for. I have that. Some of your friends.
Salute to Texas Takes. Yeah.
Sent that. Absolutely sent that to me. I was just amazed. But yeah, this is. I didn't see a price on this one. I'm thinking $29.99.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's closer to 35, but we'll see.
More than that, yeah, like 30. Yeah, it could be. It absolutely could be.
But I'm thrilled. And this is we got to have it. I'll be getting me one of those.
We'll be able to get it. I do. Yeah, I think we'll be able to lay hands on this one. I do. So. Shifting gears here just a little bit, guys. We're gonna hop over to Universal, that shadowy place that we don't talk about. Epic Universe, guys, is coming. You guys know that park, the third or fourth, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, Volcano Bay.
Universal. Orlando Resort is set to open May the 22nd. That is so close. You know how time goes. That'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, it's less than 3 months out.
It is.
Have you time out real quick before we get into this? Have you seen the clip of the toothless animatronic?
No.
Somebody shared like a drone type video on social media of them working with a Figment animatronic, and I'm assuming it's the meet and greet version. But it's remarkable.
Really?
It looks really cool. Wow. I don't. We'll see. But it looks like there's a guy standing at a table holding like a video game looking controller, controlling it, and he does a circle and like does different expressions and stuff. Oh, it's nuts.
So that leaked out, huh?
Yeah. So we'll see. And they also announced too, today, that there's going to be, it won't just be Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon that you can meet.
Yeah.
There are going to be several, I think 4 or 5 dragons that, from the other movies that you can meet too. So pretty cool.
Well, keep in mind that a lot of Imagineers, guys that worked at Disney, moved over to Universal.
Yeah.
That happened. So that's one reason that Universal is really stepping up their game, is because they have those Imagineers from Disney, which is good for Universal, not so good for Disney, because all of that experience walked out the door.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I wanted to mention, William, And you said something about the shaman in Navi River Journey being probably the best animatronic that did the only one that just popped in my head is the Spider-Man animatronic at Avengers Campus.
Yeah, I
Now,
don't. The only way the only reason that I could potentially give any
I
sort
haven't
of
seen it in person.
I've seen video of it. They canceled it the day that we were supposed to watch it. We were at California Adventure this past December, and I guess the wind was too heavy or something. But we're all standing there, everybody's gathered up, and they canceled it. So we didn't get to see it. And actually, well, I want to say that it doesn't. I thought I saw something about them. I have to look it up, but I thought that they were stopping that. That they weren't going to do. They were stopping that show?
I don't know, but I mean, like when it ran, I mean, when it worked, it was and there again,
it was pretty cool. But the thing with that is, it's one swing, and yes, he does a pose in midair, which is cool.
Yeah.
And granted, and they they were able to reuse it and do it multiple times a day.
Right.
But I don't put it in the same league because the shaman you get to see up close and personal.
That's true. That's true.
That animatronic, while it's really cool that they're able to throw an animatronic and have it do a web slinging pose, while that is incredible. In my mind, it still doesn't touch the shaman.
Yeah. Well, and I think probably I know I chased that rabbit, but that did come to my mind when we were talking about animatronics, and I think regardless, I mean, not taking into account the fact that I think they wore it out. I think the tech when he jumped, I heard that he hit the wall several times. I think they
made those panels break away in case it didn't make it.
Yeah.
So it turns out real quick. I did a community noted myself here. They said the Amazing Spider-Man stunt show that this is a per AI from Google on a quick Google search here. They had said that there was a rumor that the show would be ending soon back this past October, but then they refuted that a couple days later and said, no, we're actually doing more shows. So,
okay.
And that they're going to do a modified format. But anyway, it's,
Okay. So interesting.
But I will say a freeform animatronic, not connected to anything that does a web slinging pose is pretty insane.
Yeah. I mean, I would, to me, that animatronic being what it is, it's not just sitting in one spot or what have you. That has to be right up there with. I mean, if Disney could perfect that technology, think what they could do. I mean, come on, guys.
And they've done some of it, but they won't. But we don't ever get to see it. They worked on an incredible Groot animatronic that would dance and close his eyes and talk. Yeah. And we showed video of this long ago.
Yep,
and I don't know if that thing's ever seen the light of day.
I haven't.
Why in the world would you not? I predicted that it would be there at the grand opening of Cosmic Rewind.
Right.
I don't understand. Why would you sink that much money into R&D for a Groot animatronic that could walk around and dance and talk and never let it see the light of day? I don't understand.
It doesn't. Yeah, I have seen those Spider-Man fail videos.
I want to say when they announced Zootopia Land there at I don't know if it was a D23 or what it was, but they had Duke Weaselton come out, and he had made his way across the stage, and he pulled up a little rope. Yeah, he pushed a cart around the stage, and then pulled up a pull string and stood there, which was also awesome. I don't know if that thing's ever seen the light of day again.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've seen, it's like you said,
but they do some incredible stuff that either they've never actually shown to the general public in any capacity, or showed them one time and then locked it away somewhere.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say. You know, I mean, under the Chapek regime, if you recall, Chapek pulled the plug. He either pulled the plug on things that were destined to be pretty awesome, or he pared the budget down to the point that it could not be awesome. It was just meh.
Well, let's remember, the pre-show for Guardians. The pre-show for Guardians also was supposed to be
a lot better,
a whole lot more than what we got.
Yeah. And I like I like the pre-show.
It is a cool pre-show, but I mean the concept art, the concept art looked nuts with with both a Groot and a Rocket animatronic and the Milano with the Guardians sitting in it.
Yeah.
Versus what we got. Come on.
I know. Oh yeah. Do you remember Lucky the dinosaur?
I can't say that I do.
I'm not placing it.
Back to Alex Kennett's Charlie comic. Hogwarts, I want a lawn from Ollivander's dad in a robe and the scarf and the books and the owl and the hat. You know, well, we got Wyatt a wand, and we had the best time with it. We had a whole lot of fun with it. Wyatt absolutely loved it. And I'm very excited to see what they do with the wands and the effects there at Epic in the Paris section. I'll tell you what would be really cool. Well, they probably won't do it though. I was going to say it would be really cool if they somehow found a way to work some of the wand interactions into some of the line cues. Would be pretty sweet. But that would require you having your wand on you in the line cue. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
But yeah. It's incredible, Charlie. It's incredible. We absolutely love the Harry Potter section at Universal on both sides.
They and Universal guys, you know, I mean, we've been talking about it for years, William, especially if they went in with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And the piece for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter that's going into Epic Universe is the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah.
And y'all, I am ridiculously excited about seeing the Ministry of Magic. If it's anywhere close, and I'm sure it will be on par, if not better than the two in the parks that they already have, it's going to be ridiculous. So, yeah. But it's true, Tina.
I remember that dinosaur. It was at Animal Kingdom, right? I think I know what you're talking about, Alex. Now that you said a little more. I think I remember that.
Okay.
I think I remember that actually.
Wow.
It didn't have a very long run, but
man.
Real quick to circle back to Mom's our discussion earlier. Hands down, the one thing I want fixed is the Yeti at Expedition Everest.
Yes.
Restored to its former glory. That's still, I've raved about it before, but I'll rave about it again. Still one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in a theme park ever.
Hands down.
I thought my best friend was going to be yanked out of the ride car by a gigantic Yeti.
I agree. He's enormous. I mean, and I can see the reason that the Yeti was at Expedition Everest, and the framework for that ride, the actual mountain, is enormous. But y'all, that's how big this animatronic was. And I'm probably talking to Susan and Joy because I don't think they ever saw it.
Yeah.
It was enormous.
Do yourself a favor and look up A mode Expedition Everest Yeti on YouTube.
Yes.
There's a pretty short clip of Joe Rohde talking about it, and you see, and it shows you some of the mechanical support for it. I don't know if I came across it on YouTube or Facebook, but I came across it not too long ago. Oh, it was unreal. I can remember getting off that ride and calling y'all and
Oh
saying,
yeah.
and talking
Yeah.
about how awesome it was.
You did.
You know,
You totally
you've got
did.
that compared to the Disco Yeti that Jillian rode Expedition Everest multiple times and didn't even know there was a Yeti at the end of the ride.
Yeah. Insert face plant emoji here.
Yeah, face palm. Yeah.
Yeah, face palm, exactly. Yeah, well, in fact, the Yeti was so large, and I'm thinking that, and Joe Rody actually said, I think he wanted so badly to fix that, and it was just it literally the animatronic was so big and swung out the weight of it,
So much
the
power.
motion of it, literally destabilized the foundation of the mountain
Yeah.
and the ride track. And that's how big this sucker was. Now, what Jeff has said, and this is, Jeff has said
My dad.
likely, yes, my husband has said, and Jeff is good with engineering. He said most likely, he said anything can be fixed. I mean, if the Leaning Tower of Pisa is still standing, you know, Jeff said that they don't want to spend the money.
Yeah.
Is the thing. He said it would probably take so much to shore up the foundation of the ride that they don't want to spend the money on it. And
Especially
that
not
roller
till
coaster.
after, and maybe here's what we cross our fingers for. Maybe they finish. What are they calling the section? It's not the Central Americas. What are they calling
Oh
the new
yeah.
section? Maybe they finish. Maybe they finish refurbing Dinosaur to Indy, and then they do the whatever Americas, and maybe they come back to Everest after that.
Wow.
Um,
Wow. I'm telling you,
I would love to see it. Would love to see it.
For them to fix the Yeti would draw hordes of people into that park just to see the
Tropical
Yeti.
Americas. Tropical
Americas. For them to do that, I'm telling you, would literally draw hordes of people into Animal Kingdom to see that. If you get the A mode Yeti back, it would.
Pokemon Jungle.
And so yeah, and we've talked about that before, but absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And we also have, now despite rumors that attendance at Universal Orlando Resort is going to spike during the opening weeks of Epic Universe, all 3 hotels surrounding the new park still have rooms available.
I bet people are wanting to either think it's going to be a complete madhouse and I'm going to wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
is what happened with the opening of Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Or B, they think maybe not everything's going to be show ready yet. And we're going to wait for them to kind of figure things out. Kind of hit their stride with all their operations, with all the rides. Yeah, maybe that's it. So I think people are probably exercising some caution.
I do too. I think both of those things could be a reason for this. But
I've heard that the rooms are pretty reasonably priced, frankly.
Yeah. Well, I think Jillian's priced.
I think she's pulled some quotes.
Good. Yeah. It's set to open May the 22nd, and it will include 5 themed lands, and it's going to feature characters from Harry Potter, Universal Classic Monsters, How to Train Your Dragon, and Nintendo. So, along with the new park, Universal has
good
also
point there too, Tina.
3 new hotels.
Yeah, Tina makes a great point about the restrictions on being able to get into Epic Universe.
Yes,
that's true. Being one of the reasons it's probably not booked up.
Yeah, that's true. We are planning on being there a few days after it opens, and we are planning on going. So, or I'm going with some friends. So, to kind of act as a tour guide for Walt Disney World and where we want to go. So we'll see, how that works out. I think this is going to be huge for Universal. I really do. At this point, guys, and I'll just say it. I'll just say it. Please don't anybody unsubscribe. At this point, I have more faith in Universal hitting a home run than I do Disney.
We'll see. I'm very cautiously optimistic. I think that I'm interested to see what all they have in store for us.
Yeah.
I think that they've done a really neat job of crafting. They've done a really neat job of crafting the experience so far. With the information that they've made public thus far, it's very interesting. I saw a sneak peek, leaked picture of construction inside of the Harry Potter ride, the Ministry ride with Dolores Umbridge. I saw a leaked picture, and it's just a very, it's a little bit of the showroom that I'm assuming your elevator kind of moves through, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I think a Universal this is big, and this is it's a lot of pressure, but Universal's delivered. Universal has delivered over and over, y'all. And the thing about it is, I'll just tell you, competition between Disney and Universal is only good for us, the consumer. And as long as Disney was constantly raising that bar, it made Universal do the same thing. They pushed each other to do, greater and greater and more interesting things, to push that tech, what have you. And I think, honestly, that Universal realizes that Disney has kind of vacated that throne.
Yeah.
And they're stepping up to the plate with Epic Universe. I really do.
We talked about
y'all, Epic is only going to push Disney to up their game.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That only bodes well. That only bodes well for and puts pressure on them to really deliver with things like the new Villains Land, with things like, the refurbishment to Big Thunder, with things like the Tropical Americas at Animal Kingdom. It only puts added pressure on them, hopefully, to make them really raise the bar and really deliver something that's just absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, I agree. That competition is just good for us, and that Epic is going to open. I honestly think that Disney is really nervous about Epic. It'll be interesting to see how, after all of these years of being kind of in the driver's seat, of all of those years of Disney being in the driver's seat, and Universal kind of, coming along behind them. It'll be interesting to see how Disney reacts, what they do and how they react. Now, I do agree with Braden. And one thing that Braden said in that post on X that he said maybe we shouldn't, rush the cooking.
Yeah.
Don't rush the cooking. It's my thing is, I think Disney, I don't think they have, goodness knows, they have not rushed the cooking. Y'all, it took us 5 years to get a roller coaster in Tomorrowland. Okay.
Yeah.
I think what Disney needs to do is step it up, man. Step it up. If anything, they're too slow, and they've gotten lazy with their presentation.
Yeah.
They need to get back on their game.
Yeah.
So I do disagree with them on that piece, because it's not that they're rushing to get things out, and that's why they're not good. Because they're, in my mind, they're taking too long to get things out.
Yeah.
And that's playing into the underwhelming factor. for the finished product. But just a thought. Exactly. Alex, Disney sat back on their laurels. Yeah, they've done this to themselves. 100%, 100%, right there.
And it's going to be tough because I know that there are going to be people on both sides. There are going to be people, on X and Facebook, other social media that are going to be, dancing on. You'll have people that are be dancing on Disney's grave. Oh, Epic's the great. This the state of the art. It's the future. It's the future of theme parks. And then you're going to have people that whenever Epic isn't sold out to capacity every day, they're going to say, "Oh, look, Universal rolled out a completely new theme park and they can't even fill it." So you're going to have people on both sides of the fence, and the truth's going to be somewhere in the middle.
Right.
We're really not going to know, and it's part of how they've chosen to roll this thing out. We're really not going to know how successful this park truly is until they take the guardrails off and open it up and allow people to just buy tickets specifically for Epic without having to buy other tickets.
I agree with you there too. Yeah,
we shall see.
Yeah. I agree 100% with you on everything that William just said. I agree with you. But I think that I honestly, I do have a lot of confidence in Universal to realize the pressure that they're under to do a fantastic job with this, and I think they will. I do, y'all. I mean, they will.
You look at the lands here, and How to Train Your Dragon. One of the things that Universal has been criticized for historically is, it doesn't appeal to young families. It's the kids can, there are very few things that kids can ride, and that's one of the criticisms. Well, this, the Super Nintendo World and How to Train Your Dragon, the Isle of Berk, both of those, sections of Epic Universe should more than address that issue.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. And and I'll have to say, the proof is in the pudding, and we mentioned this before. Wyatt could live in Seuss Landing.
He could. He absolutely could. Live there. He could go and just do that all day, and he would be perfectly fine.
Yep, he could. So that that to me, I mean, because kids are they're going to be honest, and if they're bored, they're going to let you know.
Yeah.
And Wyatt absolutely loved it. He just loved it. He loves Seuss Landing. So, they, well, exactly, Tina. She says, I guess they forget about Seuss Landing. And I could tell you that my grandson could live in Seuss Landing. He could go and spend the whole day there and never go into another part of the park. Now, he did enjoy other things. He thoroughly enjoyed meeting the characters.
Yeah.
We were very blessed that day. The characters were precious to him. We met Shaggy. We met, a lot of the X-Men.
Yeah.
And the characters that he met that day were absolutely precious.
Yeah.
So, he really did enjoy the whole park. But his favorite, because he kept wanting to go back with it with his papa, was definitely Seuss Landing.
And he loved everything in in the Harry Potter section, Hogsmeade, so on and so forth. But we would go to other parts of the park, and he said, I want to go back to Seuss Landing. He loved that area.
Oh, Alex, she would love it. She'd totally love it. It's adults love Seuss Landing because it is so cute. It's ridiculously cute. It really is. Let's see. So, hey, Mikey.
Welcome in, Mike.
Welcome. I know you were probably there in ghost mode. Starting this off at the first Harry Potter land, Disney's added a whole lot more stuff to the parks from then till now than Universal.
Galaxy's Edge and Pandora, since Hogsmeade, which again, those were both, I'd have to go look at the timing, but frankly, I think especially Pandora was a response to Harry Potter. And, and for me, as incredible as it is, Avatar, I think is a, visually stunning movie. But, I prefer, I would take Hogsmeade, if we're comparing the two.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
But I think most of that has to do with the fact that I just enjoy Harry Potter a lot more than I do Avatar.
Yeah, I have.
And I will say, here's the other thing. People rave about Flight of Passage. Flight of Passage is really cool. The line queue is one of the best anybody's ever done anywhere.
It's true.
I still don't understand how they do.
It is.
I still don't understand how they do the Na'vi in the tank. That is the one effect I don't understand, because it looks like it's alive.
Yeah, see, we forgot about that animatronic. Yeah, we were talking about animatronics. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, it twitches. It kind of looks like it's floating in the air. I don't know how I still don't know how they're doing that effect.
I think we've got a short. I think we've got a short of him on the channel. Yeah, Mikey, I don't want to know how they do it.
Yeah, New Fantasyland, Star Wars, Toy Story.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know how they do it.
Yeah,
I don't, because it's so amazing not knowing.
Sometimes
you know how they do it.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need to know how the
don't spoil the magic.
How they make the magic. But still, that was one of my favorites. And then the venom looking sludge that moves around in the little little box. Right. I mean, and literally, it looks like venom.
I know.
It looks like a symbiote from Spider-Man.
I know, it does.
Watching that thing move around in that little container is like, whoa, that's really creepy looking.
I know, it's amazing. Yeah, just some cool stuff in there.
But anyway, I mean but the ride in of itself, I mean, essentially, it's a juiced up version of Soarin'. if we're being honest. It's a big screen, and they pump in smells and push wind at you. And they have a fancy ride chair, but comparing that ride to, and it's not fair, but comparing that ride to the castle ride, come on now.
Yeah, that's true. I'll have to go with you there.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's okay. Believe it or not, it's actually really simple. It's actually really simple animatronic. Ooh, that's cool. But
visually, Mikey, it is so.
Oh, it looks nuts. I mean,
real.
Yeah,
it's like, dang, wow, yeah.
No,
I'm telling you, but Mike, so many times, isn't it the most simple things that turn out to be the best? I mean, look at the Peppers a Ghost effect that they've used in the Haunted Mansion for 50 plus years. Is still amazing.
It's still a hit.
Yes,
it's still a hit.
It is.
It's iconic.
It is. Yeah,
it's iconic.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. Who knows?
Mike wants to tell us so bad he can't stand it.
Yeah. But it's, it just, it's amazing, and I think it was during COVID time, but, I can't help but stop, they want to pump you through the line at that point and move you into the next area.
Oh yeah.
But man, I've stood there and just looked at it long enough to where cast members were like, keep moving.
Oh, I know. Me too.
Like, but I don't want to. But I want to look at it. Yeah.
Please keep the line moving.
Yeah.
Please keep the line moving. And I'm going,
Yeah.
Oh gosh. No, I think we've got a short. I know we've got at least one short of that up on the channel, and several live streams of it. And I always linger there as long as I can before the cast members run me off and say, ma'am, you have to you have to move along. But it's great. It really is. Yeah, you're 100% right. It's just Tina says she just tells people to go around. Just keep going, folks. I'm going to stand here for a while. It's that good. It really is. It's that good. Here, guys, is an artist rendering of, and of course now we have a lot of, and we'll go over this in a lot more detail in the next few weeks. Obviously, as they get closer to opening, they will release more promos. I mean, we'll see tons of stuff coming out, and we will try to keep you on top of all of it. But this is a rendering of the areas of the park. Oh my goodness. There's a yawn. Sorry, y'all. Y'all won. And where what that park is going to look like and the different lands. So
it's exciting.
It is. It is. It's really exciting. Yeah. Alex. It's getting kind of late, Alex.
So
yeah, and we are too. We're about to.
Moving on.
We are.
A teaser for next week. Flower and Garden Fest kicks off. A festival kicks off next week. It's going to run March 5th through June 2nd. So 31st annual festival runs 91 days. So we'll cover that next week. We'll gather up all the information and drop it on you. We love Flower and Garden.
Oh yeah. It's just, look at this. I mean, look at this picture.
It's beautiful.
This is just, you can, during Flower and Garden, and I took this picture. You can't take a bad picture at Flower and Garden.
No.
It's everything is a photo op. It's like you're like a deer in the headlights trying to take pictures of all the topiaries, and it's just amazing. It really is. So Flower and Garden, we will find out as much as we can and give you all the lowdown on that.
Hey, Matt.
Next week. Oh, hey, Matt. Oh, thanks for popping in. We appreciate you materializing, Matt. Simba too. Yeah. Thanks so much for popping on. But yeah, we'll look at Flower and Garden, and I look forward to being there. Absolutely, look forward to being there. It's absolutely gorgeous. The pictures that you can take are just amazing. The color and the things that the gardeners at Epcot do during Flower and Garden they're just incredible. And may I make a suggestion? If you're going to be at Flower Garden, if you're ever at Epcot during Flower and Garden, talk to the gardeners, because so many times they're kind of milling around. You can, kind of spot those cast members, and they're kind of doing their thing, and talk to them and ask them about the flowers and what, their section that they care for. It's really fascinating. It's always fascinating, guys, to talk to cast members, engage them. They love to tell us about what they do. They love to share that magic with us. They totally do. So by all means, do that. Talk with them. And let them, tell you about. But regardless of what park you're in, it's always, it's just always really fascinating to talk to cast members. So we will cover that, cover as much information as we can get on that next week. And I'm going to, again, I'm going to be there, and so I'll be, live streaming. I will be there. I'll be at Animal Kingdom on the 16th. Of next month, and then I'll be at Epcot on the 17th on St. Patrick's Day. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I've actually been there before. Mikey, we've been there together before on St. Patrick's Day. So let's see. So in the hall, they're actually going to have the gardeners and how they come up with the designs and stuff displayed. That's fantastic, Mikey. Now that's exciting. Yeah, in Communicore Hall. They're going to have the garden. I love that idea. Absolutely love that idea. So I'll try to, be sure. In each park, when I go to Walt Disney World, y'all, I try to make a list of things that I absolutely like, merch, treats. I do, some homework before I go, and I try to make a list of all the things that I really, really, really want to try to do. And, don't miss this, don't miss that. A wish list of things that I would really, really like to do. And so it keeps you from forgetting things. And not that you can always get to all of it, but it helps a lot. It really does. And Alex, I'm expecting those. Yeah, I'm expecting those. I am. So I already have 2 thumbnails up. So I'm expecting Charlie's list. So, anywho, and this picture of Spaceship Earth was so pretty that I used it again tonight. So, yeah. So, let's see. Tina says I need to convince my hubby go to Florida on St. Patrick's Day. You do. We have a huge. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. The problem is you have a huge parade, and he's Irish, so that ain't happening. Yeah, maybe you could just run down there. Just run down there. We're only going to be there for a few days. Tina, be a quick trip.
Yeah.
Quick trip. Quick trip. And so I'm going to be there again, Mike. But it's going to be at Epcot on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. The boarding. I know. that I remember that day. How to drag your lazy butt out of bed, Mike. Get that's one of the only. That's Mikey. Yeah, Mikey. I know you're a night owl, Mike. Getting up early. It's like I think you and Russ both were operating on a couple hours sleep or something like that. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad that day, and y'all did really well, I thought. Oh my goodness.
All right. So moving on to the Tina says Don has a very special kind of alarm clock. All right. You want to go ahead and move on to our Lorcana unboxing?
Yes, I do have. Do you have?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Mike says 3 hours of sleep. My goodness.
Gosh, I knew it was 2 or 3.
Charlie, help remind me, which one did you want me to open? Between Vanellope and Donald Duck. I thought it was a Vanellope, but I couldn't remember for sure.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. I wrote it down. I think it was Vanellope. Who was it? And I don't know, Charlie may have already gone to bed, but I wrote it down here. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, Mikey remembers. It was Vanellope.
Vanellope, all right, cool.
So, and I have a Vanellope too. Vanellope, open Vanellope next week for Charlie. I made a note.
All right, good. So Vanellope, yeah. I got Vanellope here. And Charlie, help me out because I had to pick these up. I saw these at the store the other day. So I have Yzma, Baymax, and Stitch. I'll do a bonus pack since you're still up, Charlie.
Yeah, and I have
in addition to Vanellope. So,
oh gosh! Oh my goodness, honey, you've got wow! And I have Vanellope. So William, you could open something else, and I could open Vanellope.
I was gonna say I'll also open Vanellope, but I wanted to open another one too since he's still hanging out here.
Ooh,
and I've had bad luck recently. So I could use all the help I could get.
Yeah. Charlie's more awake than I am.
That's funny. All right. So Charlie, in addition to Vanellope, pick Baymax, Stitch, or a Stitch. All right. There we go. Stitch is the winner.
Okay.
So open Stitch.
Okay. All right. Stitch.
All right.
There you go.
I will go first. Go ahead. Go big screen here. We got Shimmering Skies, Vanellope Von Sweets from Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, yeah, this pack is.
That's a hanger.
It's sitting very high in the in the hanger here. Usually it's sitting down lower. But all right, we got Vanellope on the actual pack artwork too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we got something good here. Yeah. I was gonna pull up and see what the market was for Shimmering Skies packs. I was in the process of doing that. I pulled it up for Azurite Sea. Let me go. Shimmering Skies. Let's see. Card values. Trying to see what the. I'm assuming it's an enchanted. That's probably. Here we go. Price guide. On TCG Player. I was going to filter to see what the most valuable card from the set is. So while that's loading, we'll go ahead and get started. We have Flora, the Good Fairy. Next up is Donald Duck, Daisy's Date. He's playing the dart balloon game at a carnival, ready to throw a dart and some balloons. Next up is the White Rabbit, Royal Herald. He's late. He's late for a very important date. Looking at the clock, of course. Little trumpet in his hand. Night Howler Rage. Action card. Zootopia with Mayor Bellwether. Tanana from Brother Bear. Next is Sneezy. Noisy Night. Very cool. First
Nate.
uncommon is Taffeta Mutton Fudge.
Taffeta. Oh, Nate.
From Wreck-It Ralph. Then we have Finders Keepers, Iago, with a little silhouette of Jafar there in the background. They're doing a big Jafar focus on an upcoming set, just like they did Ursula's Return previously. We've got Clarabelle, Contented Wallflower. All right, first rare is the Pride Lands, the Lion King, Jungle Oasis. That's pretty.
That's beautiful.
Next card is Prince John's Mirror.
Still Nate.
That is also a rare. So 2 rares. Prince John's Mirror. Ooh. And last but not least, we have Fix It Felix Jr. Common. So man, you're the bar is as low as it could possibly be, Mom.
Oh wow!
And I pulled 2 rares, and my foil card is a common.
And foil card. That's a really pretty artwork, though.
But I do really like this Fix It Felix Jr. card. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I'll let Mom open her pack.
Okay.
I hope that you beat it, because it's not a whole lot going on there.
Okay, so here is Vanellope. You guys, it's a Shimmering Skies pack as well, but mine is a blister pack instead of the hanger. All right, let's see what we get, y'all. Okay, y'all send us some good pixie dust bobs here, and let's see what we get. Okay, and we start with Lalo. Lalo, that's adorable. That's really cute.
Yeah, it's very cute.
That's a cute one. Okay, and next we have Gathering Knowledge and Wisdom.
Sword and Stone. Got Merlin there.
Yeah, that's another common in the Amethyst. And we have an Emerald here. Bonsai. I like that artwork. The artwork. I think so far, the artwork in my mind just went blank. I didn't like the artwork as well in one of the sets. Name of the sets, William.
You got the first chapter. You got Rise of the Floodborn. You have Into the Inklands. Okay.
It was Into the Inklands was my least favorite artwork for the most part. I'll have to say that's a common. And
Charlie says, "Will, what do you keep your cards in?" I've got a big binder that I put my cards in. I've fallen off on cataloging them properly. Oh, this is neat. This is neat food fight Mickey here. I like that artwork a lot.
I love this one.
So for the set, Mom is opening Shimmering Skies as of today per TCG Player. Mufasa Roller of Pride Rock Enchanted card is worth 261.62 per TCG
Oh,
player. So
wow.
that is the chase card from this set. Obviously, any of the Enchanteds would be awesome, but that is far and away the chase card for this set.
Okay, so here's an uncommon. I got a Mickey followed by a Minnie there, which is
that's
really
great. I love this art here of the arm wrestling between Hercules and Hades. I've seen people make this art into a playmat. It's so good.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. And that would be an awesome playmat. It really would. Again, representing the competition and play. See why I can see why people make. Yeah. And this is an uncommon. So that's, so this is my second uncommon.
Yes, like baseball cards, Charlie. Now I do have boxes. I've got deck boxes that I'm gonna, the cards that I actually, once I have time, sit down and have the time to assemble decks.
Yeah.
I'll put them in the deck boxes that they sell.
And this is a fun one, and another uncommon there. And then what do I have here? I've got
rare Rafiki.
So I had 4 uncommons. I've got a rare for Rafiki. And then I've got another rare Basil's magnifying glass.
Yep. Back up a little bit on that one.
And that's
that's also rare. So we're tied. What's the last card?
Okay, the last card. Okay, we remain tied. Now I love this one, but it's a common.
It is. Common. That's a good one.
Yeah, but isn't that beautiful?
Foil Minnie Mouse. All right.
Foil Minnie.
So we tie. We tie. So now I'm going to cheat and go ahead and open up this Stitch pack from Azurite Sea. To see what we get here. Charlie says, "Can you show all your cards someday for both me and Mom?" Yes, we can definitely do that sometime, Charlie. I've got a lot of stuff I haven't opened, believe it or not. I know people are going to be shocked here, but I've got a lot of stuff I've not opened yet. I know nobody can believe it.
No,
nobody. It's completely new information. But inside the Stitch hanger is this the Yzma pack. This is Azurite Sea. This is the most recent set that's come out. Yeah, will not opened yet. No way, right? A lot of people don't like the Enchanted artwork.
I can hear Stacy laughing at you.
yeah. Somewhere, it wouldn't surprise me if she just materialized in the chat just to laugh at me, making a comment that I hadn't opened something. Man, we got a lot of folks showing up here at the end of the stream. Hey, everybody! It looks like we're up to 17 for the end of the stream. So lots of folks rolling in late. A lot of night owls up. But gonna open this pack. The most per TCG player, the most expensive card or highest market price card is Baymax Personal Healthcare Companion for this set. So a lot of people do not like the Enchanted artwork. For this set, it's because they all kind of look like treasure maps, is what they're going for.
Okay.
So that's why they all kind of have like a darker brown color, is because they wanted them all kind of look like treasure map style. So, so anyway, the Baymax is the chase card for this set.
Okay.
I've actually seen really good deals on a booster box for Azurite Sea, with it being the newest set. I've seen them. I think Amazon was selling them for like $99, which retail is like $143. So that's pretty good savings.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Starting us off, we have the Kakamora pirate.
Love it.
Pirate pitcher.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Kakamora float at there at Aloha Isle that I absolutely love.
Oh, look at Rue.
Next up is Rue, the littlest pirate. Big time pirate theming in this set, with it being called Azurite Sea. So you'll see maybe some more Winnie the Pooh characters here. And speaking of Winnie the Pooh, we have Heffalumps and Woozles.
Okay, Jonathan, confession time for Jonathan. I have some packs Some packs I'm open for months too, more like 6 months.
There's Mikey's shocked face.
Yeah.
I knew people would come out of the woodworks just to mess with me about making a comment about not unboxing, having not unboxed something. So Heffalumps and Woozles are very confused. Genie, excited shipbuilder. Pretty neat there. Looks like he's building a ship. Fitting into the Azurite Sea theming. All right. I'm confused about what's going on with this pack here, because at first, this first card that I opened up, I pulled it out of the pack from the top like I normally would. But the first pack was flipped upside down, and then those were right side up, so I turned it. But now we're upside down again. Here's Sour Bill. Maybe this bodes well for me.
Oh, maybe sour.
Maybe it's a good.
Y'all, I love Sour Bill.
It's so funny. Surly henchman.
I love Sour Bill.
There's Sour Bill from Wreck-It Ralph.
I may have to arm wrestle you for that card. I love Sour Bill. He's so cute. From
first, well, let's see. Twin Fire from Peter Pan.
Yeah.
A couple of Lost Boys. Rescue Rangers Away. That's a fun card. I love that.
That is. It really is.
See, that's from the afternoon lineup there. Rescue Rangers. First uncommon. Second uncommon is Pixie Dust. That's really neat. I love the little shimmering dust behind Tink.
Wow. Ooh,
some neat artwork.
I love that one. Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, that one's fun.
We have Vanellope Von Sweets. Gutsy Go-Getter. All right, we're coming to the rares now. And like I said, I've it's been a while since I pulled something good. So first rare is a regular rare, Seeking the Half Crown.
Okay.
So Jafar there is looking.
Aww.
There we go. Next up again is another regular rare, Safe and Sound. Rouge jumping into Kanga's pocket. And this artwork, pretty cute. Okay, help me out. It's been a while since I pulled something good. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
No, another another common foil.
Yeah.
Aunt Cass, biggest fan from Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
I love her cafe there. And here's the puzzle piece from this set.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've never
pretty
seen.
Cool.
I have never seen Aunt Cass on anything.
Yeah,
so it's
so the struggle continues. The struggle continues. You figure at some point I have to strike gold, right? Right? I mean, surely. What are we doing here? I opened 2 packs tonight and got 4 regular rares and 2 foil commons. What is happening? Oh my word!
Do I try it again?
You can try, and you'll probably pull an enchanted because my luck is abysmal.
Since you opened 2, I'm gonna open
Good
this.
heavens!
Let's just open the Shimmering Sky. Why not?
Good grief!
Why not? I'm going to open this Maui pack, y'all. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Y'all, wait, this is the night. I can feel it. I'm going to pull an enchanted out of this one right here. I can feel it. It's a good night. I can feel it. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Alex, if you're still hanging in there, and Charlie.
Okay, y'all. Here we go. Okay, and I have there's the first one.
Yep, Kenai, Brother Bear, Big Brother.
There's the first common. This one. Ooh.
Hypnotic Strength.
Hypnotic Strength.
Jafar's Scepter, looking into your eyes.
Ooh, yeah, that's really. And we have Clarabelle. Oh my gosh, who doesn't love Clarabelle?
So fumbling a basket of fruit there.
Yeah, in the jade. And then from the Ruby set, we have none other than Mickey Mouse.
Cute. Enthusiastic dancer.
Yeah. I love the Mickeys and Minnies. I just do. And we have the. I
Dopey.
would love to
That's
have
fun.
again. I say this every time I pull up, one of the dwarfs, but I would love to have a whole set of dwarfs. I really would. Dopey, isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? Okay. So another comment here. Look at this one, y'all. Ever as before. Okay. I've
That's
never
very
seen
pretty.
this card before, and I absolutely love this card
It's very pretty. I love that
because,
artwork.
yeah, I absolutely, absolutely love it because I love Belle's Prince. Ever as before. And he is rarely shown in his human form. He's usually shown as beast. So I do love that card. And I have an uncommon here is with Nala.
Okay.
Love the color there as the sunsets with the pinks. And I have another uncommon.
Hideaway.
Hideaway. And of course, those are the fairies from Sleeping Beauty. That is an uncommon. Have another uncommon.
Food fight. Looks like Goofy.
So do you think the food fight ones, William, you think the food fight ones kind of all fit together?
I think that there's a good chance of it.
Yeah. We need to check that out and see.
Need to get them all together.
Should look like. Okay. Here is the Great Illuminary. That's just a rare.
It's a regular rare. All right. Well, we're still nothing crazy yet. Let's see see the next one.
So here is a okay, now this one is, what is that one? That one's a
super rare. So, all right, so we're trending the right direction with Kuzco. Yeah. Selfish Emperor.
With Kuzco.
Shout out to Emperor's New Groove.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Such a great movie. If you've never seen it. And a common foil.
Oh my word, what is happening?
A common foil. Yeah.
What is happening? This is
Yeah. Now the card is really neat.
This is a run of historic proportions and not a good one.
Yeah, it has. Now I love some of the cards that we've gotten, but we haven't pulled anything monumental. And here's just Maleficent there.
I've still not pulled an Enchanted. Mom's at least pulled an Enchanted.
At least I pulled one.
I may have the edge on you.
Back.
Yeah,
back.
I may have the edge on you on legendary cards, but
I think so. I think
not by much. Yeah. It's not. It's pretty close. I got to go through all my cards.
We opened 4 packs, and you're opening hangers. Hangers.
I know. It's supposed to have decent pulls from the hangers, but
true.
That's true. Good grief. So anyway, next week.
Have you had any luck recently? What's
Oh, Jonathan. So next week, I've still got the Donald from Shimmering Skies, and I've got Baymax and Yzma.
Oh, Baymax. I love that. Yeah.
So. That's what Alex says. Don't do it again. No, I'm tapped out for this week. I can't handle any more disappointment from Lorcana unboxing. I love the artworks. It's just fun to pull something that's has a higher rarity. And
we have
failed to do that tonight.
Food fighting. We do.
Yeah.
In the food fight. Yeah.
Oh me.
Yeah, I agree. We could definitely say those hangers were not bangers.
No, they were absolutely not. It's the complete opposite.
Complete opposite. Cards. I mean, some very playable cards and some really nice artwork. We just haven't, we haven't pulled anything big in a while.
No,
we haven't, and we have the 4 packs tonight. So, you
gotta get those packs out of the way though to get to the really good ones.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I guess so. You got to sift through the the coal before you find the diamond. Maybe
there you go.
Maybe that's what we're doing. And keep in mind, guys, set 7, which is Arcasia's Island, launches March the 7th. So That's coming up really fast.
Yeah.
It's going to feature Bolt, which is, a long time ago. Love the reach back with Bolt. And it will feature the game's first dual color cards, which is going to be really interesting. Currently, each card has only one color, and they're known as inks.
Yeah. And you can only use those cards in a deck that plays those two colors.
Right.
So, it's not a situation where you could, potentially branch out. So if you're playing like a blue steel deck, if there's a
dual sapphire steel.
It'd have to be those two in that deck for you to use a card that has those two colors on it. So it's not a situation where you could go like red green and it's like, oh well, I've got a dual ink card that has red in it. Maybe I could slide that in. No, it's not how that works. So anyway, but it's very exciting though. Very cool.
The ink colors are amber, amethyst, emerald, ruby, sapphire, and steel. So
I do love the play mats from this next set.
There's one.
Yeah. The play mats from the next set. One features Tigger hanging from the mast, like Pirate Tigger hanging from the mast.
Wow. I haven't seen them yet.
And then there's a Big Hero 6 card that has all 6 members of Big Hero 6, and it's really, really neat.
Yeah. That's neat. I'm gonna really enjoy those. I'm hoping for big things from this set, and it's gonna be interesting to see how those dual color, dual ink cards, work for play. It will. That'll add a new facet, I feel like, to the game, which is obviously what they're trying to do there. Yeah. But they have really, since they introduced Lorcana, I will have to say that Lorcana has presented us with some really amazing Disney artwork.
They absolutely have.
That's completely unique. Is in most cases very different than most of the artwork that we see with Disney, and just enshrine some amazing images. Really has just introduced some really incredible images, and I have loved it. I think Disney fans, I think that's really one of the reasons why this game has been as successful as it is because they've done such a good job with the artwork on them. They've been
have a good night, Alex.
They've been a lot of fun. Yeah, they've been a lot of fun.
Agreed. Yeah, Tina makes a great point. Yes, no matter what category they say the cards are, the art on the card is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I posted a new video this past week, guys. It was it's my mother's Valentine cake. She made this Valentine cake every year for her kindergarten class. Yeah. And I, have kind of kept up that, that tradition, and I made, try to make it every year because it's comfort food for me. The taste of it is like comfort food. It's really, really good. It's a lot of fun to make. It's not your traditional cake at all, but it's simple. It's really simple to make. Jillian said that it tasted like a big coconut snowball to her, which was really a neat description. And she really liked it. It uses that old timey fluffy white frosting that's made, with egg whites. So it's a lighter frosting. You can adjust the sugar in that frosting and get, make it really, really sweet or not so sweet. So that's a, a good aspect of that older, more traditional frosting. But anyway, it's really fun. So watch that video. I've got some number of views on that. It went to over 100 views really fast. So, cool. As for Saturday's video, haven't decided on that one yet. I'm still trying to figure out what to do on that. So just kind of watch to see what I come up with. I will try to do a promo on it. And Jonathan, if you would give us a drum roll, please. I do have an announcement. Let's see. Mikey says it's because they're not Disney artists outside town. Yeah, that's true, Mike. Yeah, that's true. So they bring some really fresh ideas and fresh eyes. Yeah, it's really pretty. So I have a quick Disney trip coming up, and I alluded to it a little earlier. March 16th to 19th, I will be at Animal Kingdom for the last day of It's Tough to Be a Bug, which again is on the 16th. And so I will get off the plane and go straight to Animal Kingdom and hopefully get a really good vlog of that. I'm going to video it to get a really good, good quality video of that and try to enjoy the last day of It's Tough to Be a Bug. There is a thumbnail up for that already. And then we'll be at Epcot again for St. Patrick's Day, which is always tons of fun. And I will be live streaming the Rick Springfield concert that night. Rick Springfield will be doing 3 sets at the Garden Rocks concert, for the Garden Rocks concert series. It's a Rick Springfield night, and I was really excited about it because the first concert that Jeff and our high school sweethearts, the first concert that we ever attended in high school was Rick Springfield. It was in Chattanooga. And so, and Joe, some friends, high school friends of ours are going with us, and we're sort of really excited to be there for that. It's going to be St. Patrick's Day. It's always tons of fun, to be there for St. Patrick's Day. It'd be fun to try to, go to Rose and Crown and, grab something to eat. They always have some amazing music, and it's just a fun day. So that's going to be a ton of fun. And I don't know, if I'll be able to live stream anymore, but I do have those thumbnails up already. So excited. It's going to be a quick trip, but any trip to Disney is good. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Right, Tina? Exactly. And, Jeff and Angela have been, a couple of years to see Rick Springfield. And they have always really enjoyed it and said that he did a good job. And I would love to, now Jeff and I we would love to see Air Supply together.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Air Supply. Air Supply, what Lost in Love was the theme song for Jeff's senior prom. So we would really love to see Air Supply. They're there a few days earlier, but Rick Springfield's good. I felt like we were lucky to get Rick Springfield. So anyway, y'all, I already have those thumbnails up, so y'all kind of watch for that. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a ton of fun. So, and then we also have a Disney trip coming up May the 25th through June 1st. So, one next month in March, and then again in May. So we've got 2. The only thing better than one Disney countdown is more than 1. 2 or 3 or 4 or however many. So I'm looking forward to it. Y'all keep an eye out for those live streams, and I'll do as many as I can. Those are just the 2 that I know of. It's kind of a quick trip. It's a little bit different trip for us this time because we're going to be there with friends. So I don't know, I'm not free to just live stream all day long like I'd love to.
Hey, welcome in, Nico the Greco.
It's going to be fun. Hey. And guys, as always, if you need to plan a Disney trip yourself, Jillian can help you. She is a Mickey Travels agent. Mickey Travels is a diamond level, which is exclusively pretty much, high up there on Disney. They work directly with Disney for Disney. They are, the diamond level is the highest rating that you can get from Disney. And Jillian has just really knows her stuff. She's good. She can save you tons of time. There's a lot that goes into planning a Disney trip. It's very difficult anymore to just walk up flat-footed and buy a ticket. I mean, not that you can't do that, you can. But Jillian can take a lot of that headache out. She knows, she'll get an idea of what you want for your trip. She'll get an idea of your budget, and she could just fix you right up. She could come up with a tailor-made. She'll give you several options, and then you can pick what you want. It really does take so much of the guesswork out of it. So at Disney builds in the cost of a travel agent into the cost of your trip anyway. Yeah. So if you're not using a travel agent like Jillian,
you're still paying for one.
You're leaving money on the table. Yeah. You're still paying for it. So so by all means, her information, guys, is in the description of this video. Her contact information, email address, phone number. So give her a call. Yeah. And Nico the Greco, welcome in. Welcome in. So by all means, do that. Let's see. William, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, sure thing. So thanks everybody for being here. Big shout out to our Ghost Host moderators. And thanks to everybody. Big shout out to Jason Thibodeau for the 5 gifted subs. So congratulations to those that got hooked up with the with those gifted subs. Very, very cool. And thanks again for your generosity there, Jason. We really appreciate that. Shout out to our other members. Shout out to anybody that showed up, whether you got us on in the background, you got other stuff going on, or if you're on team replay like Lisa, Keith, and Joey from It's Joey's World. Regardless of whether or not you're able to hang out in the chat with us, we appreciate you being here. We look forward every Tuesday night to talking Disney news and hanging out with each of you. So we really appreciate you being here. Thanks for your support and encouragement. We have a great time talking Disney news and all things Disney with all of you. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks to everybody for being here. I do the best I can to write down names in the chat. If I missed you, I apologize. But thanks to Aunt Joy and Aunt Susan, Brian Eisenhart, BDF, Mandy Adams, T. McNeil, Jason Thibodeau, let's see, Dean the Turkey Lexter, Pam's Fam 74, Main Street Nick, Griswold Family Vacay, Alex Kennett and family, Dapper Vanta Crew, K Wilby, Hatbox Ghost, J&M Travels, Adventures by D, Jonathan Chung, Mike Wheeler, Simba 2, April Etheridge, again, new member as of last week. Shout out to April. Thanks for being here again this week. And Nico the Greco. Thank you. Your name we don't see in the chat as much. We're very appreciative that you're here, Nico. So thanks to everybody for being here. Again, shout out to the Ghost Host moderators, keeping the chat family friendly. If you haven't already, check us out. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. If you want to reach out to us directly, send us a direct message on Instagram or email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Yeah. Go live every Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Remember, next week we will be talking about Flower and Garden Festival, and we're going to do our homework on the snacks and everything, all the topiaries and the whole 9 yards. So we're very much looking forward to discussing that in preparation for Flower and Garden Festival next week.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And, it's kind of where, William, that all of the festivals have fantastic food. They, all of the, the booze, and they have a special booze and a little bit big, little, the whole gamut of they've really gotten creative with their food for all the festivals. So we look forward to seeing what they come. And Flower and Garden is really cool because they do come up with a lot of Flower and Garden, themed items, that have floral, especially desserts and things that have floral, and I'll tell you what, I look forward to getting that violet lemonade because that is some of the best stuff I've ever tasted. Love the violet lemonade. So I'm really looking forward to getting that. I'll probably do a short or something on the violet lemonade because it's so good. I think Jillian liked it as much as I did.
Oh yeah, she enjoyed it too.
So anyway,
right.
Have anything else?
We'll catch y'all. Yeah, we'll catch y'all next week. Looking forward to talking about Flower and Garden Festival next Tuesday. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all have a great week. It's hard to believe we're at the tail end of February here.
Yeah,
we're almost completed 2 months of the year already, which is hard to believe. But again, thanks everybody for being here. We look forward to seeing you all next week. See you real soon. Remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there's always room for one more. So please Hurry back. Bye, everybody.
Oh, so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks,
Have a great
everybody.
week. Have a great week.